Welcome everybody to the Redflex, the only channel in the world hosted by four brothers who support Manchester United. And what a day it is. Manchester United 1, West Brom 0. Somehow, some way, the first win at Old Trafford has happened. We are joined today by the Statman, Haris Ahmed, and Abdul as well. So it's 3 out of the 4, not too bad. Unfortunately, Usman has not appeared on today's show, so unwillingly, I've had to host today's show.
I've heard otherwise, Qasim.
I've
heard he's been ousted by a certain individual who's hosting today.
No. I've kept his. I'm keeping his seat, even though I'm not sitting down. I'm keeping his seat warm. When he comes back, his position is here, waiting for him. I'm just learning from him. He's my mentor.
You've changed your tune, haven't you, from the last show that we did? Anyway, even before we start, come on, guys. There's something we need to comment on, Abdul, right? Don't we?
Is that?
I think Qasim, it's a great look. However, I think you do look like a German adult entertainment star. Let's just put it that way.
I will take that as a compliment.
Yeah. I think he's doing it for a course for Movember. So 1st of December, that has to come off.
Yeah,
surely. It's all for November. Thank you very much for the compliment.
It's a bit of a compliment.
Could get some merch deals, some sort of T-shirt, some sort of sponsorship. Oh, we've actually got some comments here. Toom K must be. It seems like a bit of a typing issue there. I think it's come back. Must be the Tash. Yes. It's really good to know that our viewers are keeping up to date with my mustache trends. Maybe I can do a video separately. But enough about my mustache.
I think that's a new show. That's a new show, Qasim, isn't it? You're gonna.
No. Let's not stop. Hang on a minute. Let's not stop. So are we going to see you in some movies soon?
Well, I've not had the call yet officially.
Have you signed some deals that we're unaware of?
Well, I'm sure my agent. You should know.
Yes, we would discuss that on a different show. Not on this one.
But today's show is not about my Tash. Today's show is about Manchester United's 1-0 victory against West Brom. I'll start with you, Haris. What did you make of the starting lineup? The first 11 that we started.
I think that's pretty much what we discussed, isn't it? Apart from Matic for McTominay, that's exactly the lineup I said it was going to be. So no surprises there. I think I'll leave my comments about the performance in a minute, but yeah, I'll let Abdul kind of comment on what he thought was going to be the starting 11, whether it matched up with his kind of idea or not.
Yeah, Abdul, what did you make of the starting lineup?
Yeah, I think it was as expected, although I'm a massive fan of Edinson Cavani. I would have liked him to start. I mean, I understand he played 2 games in South America, so he probably wasn't going to start, but I would love to see Cavani in the middle, Martial on the left, and Rashford on the right. I would like to see how that goes, to be honest. So that is what I would like to see, but I knew that was going to happen with Solskjaer.
Were you surprised that Donny van der Beek didn't start against West Brom?
I think this was a game maybe he could have started in. Against West Brom, did we really need to keep 2 holding midfielders? Probably not. Something maybe we can discuss later. But with the starting line, that's probably what I was expecting. I was expecting 4 at the back, 2 holding. And yeah, so whatever formation he played, that's what I was expecting, to be honest.
Okay. Haris, I would love to ask you, I mean, in my opinion, I thought the first half was pretty terrible. I thought Bruno Fernandes was the only one that was looking to do anything. What was your thoughts on the first half performance, especially the only chance, really, Martial should have scored?
Yeah, I thought, we were past all this. I think the excuse for the first couple of games when they played like that was obviously fitness, but it shouldn't really have been an excuse, really. All the players have played. Some of them have been even rested up, like Mata hasn't obviously played. Same with Wan-Bissaka, but disgusting. I'm going to say I'm sorry, but it's absolutely disgusting. This is a team that hasn't won a game all season. We should be putting them to the sword, putting pressure on, playing a bit of pace. Absolutely disgusting, in my opinion. all that I
We've
say.
got some more comments here. Poor Martial. First touch was atrocious. Abdul, what was your thoughts on the first half? It seemed very no organisation in terms of what we wanted to do with the ball. What did you think?
First half, I think it's a very similar story at home. If we were playing a team with any quality at all, we would have been at halftime. We actually would have been probably maximum draw, but most likely to be actually at least one goal behind. It was a poor performance, to be honest. First half. I mean, although we actually started off pretty well in the first minute and a half, we had that decent header. I think Martial should have scored around the 20-minute mark, 22-minute mark. Other than that, performance is really slow. The way we're playing, it's not. Every team's going to come to Old Trafford and they're going to just put men behind the ball. If we played that slowly, we were not going to break them down.
Yeah, I think Martial, just a little bit more on him. I think he's missed a few chances on international duty. I think he was then replaced by Giroud for that second game. Giroud scored a couple of goals, so he doesn't seem like he's in the best form right now. But we move to the second half. Harris, what did you think of the second half? We won't touch upon the goal at the moment, but performance seemed better. Would you agree?
It did. Yeah. Just going back to Martial, I think he was actually injured, kind of middle of the week. So we can kind of excuse him a little bit for that. But yeah, look, seemed a bit more urgency. I think that there was an early chance for Marcus Rashford, wasn't there, where it seemed easier to score, but Sam Johnson pulled out an amazing save. But yeah, a lot more chances, a lot more chance creation. That's what I expected in the first half. Obviously, you can't score from every chance, but if they played like that in the first half, I'm sure the game would have been already over. I was glad to see, I've been harping on about Tellez and Cavani on the pitch at the same time. It's good to see them together, although we didn't get as many crosses as I would have liked to see Tellez get in, even though that we had Cavani there ready to, either head it or use his kind of physical strength. But yeah, I mean, difficult to say, innit? I mean, if it was a draw, would we have really complained?
Oh, I think
yeah, it would have complained, obviously.
Yeah, would have complained, but as in
performance-wise, yeah.
As in, like, would we have said, oh yeah, we didn't play anything, anything of note to kind of win a game of football today, but we got 3 points, move on, and yeah, bring on next week.
We've got some more comments. We've got some more comments here. Special mention to Johnston, great saves. Sad to say, Mata looks like his legs are going. Although, in terms of the second half, I thought personally West Brom looked okay when they were passing it around. Great shot. I think it was Robinson who hit the crossbar.
Robinson. Yeah.
Do you think it was a deserved win at the end for Man United?
I think just about, only because, I mean, I know West Brom had a few chances, hit the bar, etc., but they're a poor team. If we faced, as I said earlier, if we faced anyone half decent, we would have lost this game. It's a poor performance. I mean, I'm going to say something. It's probably quite controversial.
Oh my God! Let's say something controversial. What am I seeing here?
Well, maybe not that controversial.
A Redflex exclusive.
Right. In my opinion, I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka should not be in the team. Going forward, he is an absolute joke. He's very poor.
Yeah.
He can hardly pass the ball. He can hardly pass the ball. If the only time I think he needs to play, if we're going to play a really good team away from home, where he's expected to stay back, he's expected to win tackles, and that's it. Other than that, going forward, he's terrible. I do not rate him anymore. I don't rate him anymore.
Yeah, but who's the alternative?
I'd even have Fonsu Mensah, honestly. This guy, Wan-Bissaka, going forward is absolute. Oh, he's terrible.
I agree.
Absolutely terrible.
A lot of our attacks broken down where Wan-Bissaka got the ball. The defense is not very good of starting attacks, and Fernandes kept going to the left wing, kept going to the right wing because we couldn't get the ball forward.
Trust me, he actually can't pass the ball. It was awful, the sort of stuff I was watching. I was like, this is a guy who plays for Man United, £50 million, and he can hardly run with the ball. He can hardly pass.
Yeah,
honestly, he's so bad. He's so bad. He's had such a bad game.
No, I think the passing comment is overly critical in my opinion. There was a lot of times where I was watching the game anywhere. He was in his own half. He made some good passes forward into the feet of the midfield players in the middle of the park. Yes, I agree. Running with the ball, crossing, he's shocking. Any sort of kind of creativity in the final third is just not up to scratch.
50 million pounds. Come on, we expect at least average going forward. Average passing ability. It's not. I think it's poor.
Yeah, I mean, he's paid to defend, in my opinion, and he's one of the best right backs in terms of defending. So, yeah, he's not perfect. He needs to improve on that. If he doesn't improve, then obviously it will become an issue. But I can't. To say he can't pass, I think that's. I think.
Well, no, obviously he can pass, but he was missing a really simple pass. It's like an example when Donny van de Beek came on. He was trying to pass it down the line. And he just miskicked it. It's like unbelievable. I think it was around the 81 minute, 82 minute mark. It was awful, honestly. 50 million pounds.
I would agree with that. This
is why he actually can't get into the England team. He doesn't get an England team because going forward he's an absolute joke.
Yeah. But at the minute,
I think we'll move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Otherwise, I'm going to carry on with this rant.
Yeah, I think we could be here all day.
I've got some breaking news for you. We are going to be joined by the fourth member of the Fab Four very shortly, and I am very intrigued to see what he might have to say.
But will Usman be added as the host or not? That's the key question. This is what I want to see. Will he join the conversation as the host?
Guys, if you're
watching, make sure you stay tuned in because you don't want to miss this. While we wait for him, we'll move to the main incident of the match, which is the goal. I'll start with you, Abdul, this time. What did you make of the whole penalty decision, the goal, and the save as well? That wasn't kind of to be. What did you think of it?
I think you should discuss West Brom's penalty first because that took.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think it was a penalty. I think West Brom should have had a penalty. I think if there was a touch, it was a very faint. So I don't think. I think he touched him. I think he touched his shin on the ball roughly at the same time. I think it was a penalty, to be honest.
Either way, I think either way it could have gone. In my opinion, he did get the ball and he got the man. It just depends on, what the ref kind of thought. Did he think he took the ball and then took the man, or did he think, it was kind of leg first then the ball? But obviously, he made his, he made his choice. Obviously, on BT Sport, they were all saying, "Oh, we were very surprised," blah blah blah. But
in my opinion, sorry, if it was the other way around, that would have stood. If it happened to a United player, that would have been a penalty, no doubt.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Stoom, I have to disagree with you, Abdul. Our issue was our attackers were too deep. Classic United build-up play too slow. Needed someone to push the attacking lines forward,
which would have been through the wing backs, through the right hand side. That would have happened if you had someone who actually could go forward. That would make some more space.
So, are we all in agreement that West Brom should have had a penalty?
No,
I think it was a penalty. Yeah,
I think it could have gone either way. So, the fact it wasn't given, I wasn't like too surprised.
What do you think?
In my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if it was given. But with my Man United hat on, with my Redflex official hat on, I was very happy that it wasn't given because if they had scored first,
game over. I think. Yeah,
the game is up. I've got a stat for you, actually, Alice. I've got a stat for you.
No stats.
Qasim, you're not allowed to give out any stats. Don't even say you're about to. You have to just say it without saying you're about to give out stats.
All I was going to say was I had a stat, but out of my respect for you, I'm not going to share the stat.
No, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. It's authorized. It's authorized.
Sure.
You're going to be very underwhelmed by this stat, and he's going to flip off 10 stats just to show that you're a joke.
I'm surprised that you didn't lead with this stat, unless I've digged it out from somewhere. But at half time, Manchester United were 5 hours. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, whoa, look who it is.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
We've got an invasion.
Here we go. I have been hearing a lot. Why did you guys tell me 10:30 and you started at 15:15? This is disgusting. This is disgusting. I'm really not pleased.
I think it's something to do with the host here. There's some fishing going on.
I think there's some...
It's really nice to meet you, Usman.
Yeah.
He's loading up the gun. Well, it's the return of the Fab Four, and Ussi, I will let you take over your rightful duties.
I've been watching. I was watching because I got a notification on my YouTube because I'm a subscriber. So on YouTube that you're going live. I was listening. I was unfortunately couldn't join the start of the stream, but I heard some outlandish comments from Abdul. Outlandish comments regarding Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka comment. Yeah. Absolutely outlandish.
I think it's a fair comment. I think it's a fair comment. Gassim's on board with it. I think it's very fair.
I understand where you're coming from. I do. He didn't really have, like, you need to, this is how I see Aaron Wan-Bissaka, is the fact that we do not have a right winger. Yeah. There is no other right winger in the Premier League who is expected to go down to all the wing himself, do a little shimmy, take on two man and cross the ball. No other right winger has that responsibility. The only person is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Why? Because we don't have a right winger. Mata, no, never there. He's always drifting inside. So what do you expect him to do? What do you same with Greenwood? He's always drifting inside as well. Abdul, what do you want him to do when he's
the only right to do is make forward runs when he has the ball, have the confidence to go forward with it. He's not doing that. He's got no confidence on the ball.
He's the only person on the right wing. If he goes forward, who's protecting the back? Because normally, if the right wing, if the right back goes forward, the right winger's there to back him up. But he hasn't got that backup, so he doesn't want to go forward because he's like, my job is back there. His primary role is to defend, and he's a very good defender. Until we have a solid right winger who's gonna double up when need to, protect him on the right wing back position, he's not gonna go forward. Why would you go forward? You're gonna be exposed every single time.
I'm not expecting him to take on three people and then.
No, but how's he going to get
an amazing cross?
How's he going to get across him when he hasn't got anyone to overlap from? He hasn't got enough person to overlap.
Okay, no, he doesn't necessarily have to cross the ball. Just his forward passing is poor. His confidence going forward is poor. When he gets the ball, his first thought doesn't matter.
A right back.
If we look at
primary role is to pass
the best teams
to the guy
look at the best teams. If you look at the best teams in Europe, their right back is someone who's confident on the ball. That's a fact.
Arnold, Walker.
No, the thing. Okay, I understand that he doesn't look the best on the ball. Yeah, but
he's not confident on the ball.
Primarily, the right wing, the right back's role, his forward pass that you're talking about, is to a right winger. So most 90% of right backs or left backs are passing forward to the guy in front of them. He hasn't got anyone in front of him. Where's he going to pass it to? But anyway, I understand that he's got a lot of shortcomings, but I think that was a bit outrageous that you play Fosu-Mensah.
I'd rather have him.
At the moment, I'd rather have him. Based on what?
Based on
what?
Wan-Bissaka is so poor going forward. It's West Brom.
Show me. Tell me how. All right, tell me when Aaron Wan-Bissaka has not Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Fosu-Mensah has done what you wanted him to do. I've not seen it. Don't even tell me you've seen it because I know
anyone but Wan-Bissaka going forward. Any sort of right back. Brandon Williams, I have him any day.
Hello? No,
any day.
Never.
Any day. No. Any day. Against teams like West Brom, any day.
What? I'm not even going to say. If Brandon Williams plays for us the way we're playing right now, Brandon Williams would get exposed so many times because he's too far forward. Like, what would you want him to do? All right, Brandon Williams puts in two crosses, but then the right back role is empty and he gets taken out.
We got Fred there. We got Matic there. We got two holding plays. Why do we have two holding plays then? It's to make sure they can actually cover the spaces where it's gone forward.
They're not going to cover the spaces. That's why we got two holding. They never do. They never do.
They should be. Yeah, you got two holding plays. That's what you're supposed to do.
They never do. But anyway, carry on. Please continue with the format of the show.
No, now that we've gone over that little hurdle, we were actually discussing. We've got actually some comments here. That was a penalty. Martial should have had a pen in the first half, and I think Usman, I've got something that you might like. Soon K, Usman, you have got my respect again. He is
After
Team
calling me out,
Usman in this conversation.
Zoom called me out last week. Absolutely. Viciously called
attack.
me out.
Vicious
It was
attack.
a vicious attack
He
in
tried
the
to put an
comments.
end to your career. You tried to put an end to your career.
Yeah, I tried to put end to my career last week, but now I'm very happy that you agree with me that
on this occasion, I'm sure next
talking
time.
some absolute
Honestly, this is I've watched Aaron Wan-Bissaka this season. It's been shocking.
Again, as soon as we get a right winger,
Round 2.
then talk to me about Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We'll move on.
I think this is a show for the international break. Honestly, I could go on for ages.
No. Okay, guys. What's the? Have we done our player ratings or?
No, not yet. So I was just asking everyone what their thoughts were on the actual penalty. Do you think are we all in agreement that it was a penalty and it should have been retaken? I'll start with you, Usman, first.
Yeah.
The retaken penalty, yeah, of course, he was miles off his line. I thought you were talking about the penalty that we gave away.
We should have.
What's that?
Do you think it was a penalty for West Brom?
I can see why it could be given, and I could see why it wasn't given. If I'm honest.
You agree with me? You agree with me, don't you?
Yeah, I can see, because the moment the two shins made contact, so the same time the shins hit is the same time he got the ball. So it was 50-50. It can go either way. So if it was given, you can't really have complained about it. But the fact that it wasn't, you can say, yeah, we got away with it. But I can see why he's done it, because the point of contact was the same point where he's touched the ball. So it's the referee's call then. So either way, it could have gone.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll move on to the final section of today's show, which I would want everybody to tell me who they think their man of the match is. And because of the discussion that we've had just before, we could also, if you could name me the worst player as well on the pitch. I know where this might go for some of us. I'll start with you, Aris, first. Who was your man of the match and who was the worst player?
Difficult to say, isn't it, man of the match? No one stood out. I mean, I'd give it Bruno, I guess, but I'm going to go with Victor Lindelof. I thought it was excellent.
Victor Lindelof.
Didn't make any mistakes. He wasn't out of position. Won all the headers, interceptions. I didn't notice him, so that was a good thing. As in, he didn't do anything wrong for us. For me to think, hang on a minute, what's going on? So for me, Victor Lindelof, worst player. Oh God, where do we start? I'd like to say Matic, maybe. I just thought it was too slow, too cumbersome. Yeah. Gave the ball away a few times. Slow tracking back. Matic for me.
Okay, Usman, I'll come to you next. Your man of the match and the worst player.
I don't think I can give anyone really man of the match. I agree with Harris in the sense that the defense looked good. I mean, in the sense that they didn't have anything to do, and the things that they did do, they did it in a way which made it look like they were doing it very calmly. Maybe De Gea, because he pulled off a nice save, but yeah, again, maybe one of the defenders. For me, I can't really choose between them, but yeah, the defense, the two centre backs and the goalkeeper, quiet. Like I said, handled whatever they needed to handle quite well. Worst player, I mean, I'd like to give a shout for Fred. I thought had he continued his form of the first half, he might have got it, but he faded badly in the second half. He played very well, and then second half he was non-existent. Best player of the match, I don't think there was anybody. I really can't even put my finger on.
I thought Bruno was good.
Yeah, they were good. I can't really, like I said, the defense maybe. When it comes to worst, there wasn't really anyone. Even like I said, if you can't find the best, you're not really going to find the worst. I don't think Aaron Wan-Bissaka was the worst, but I don't think. I think everyone was on pretty much par. To be honest, there was nothing stood out for me. Bruno did what he did. He was doing some nice passes, but then he was there was a couple of wayward ones again, but that's typical Bruno. Martial was okay, quiet in parts. I liked his flick where the goal that he almost scored. That was a beautiful passing move. That was wonderful. But that was about it. Yeah, I don't really have a man of the match or worst player of the match. I think everyone was sort of like a 5 out of 10 today.
Okay, we got a couple of comments. Sumke Abdul would take you out of the channel if you were on the right back. Not so sure.
No, I'm better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That's the problem.
Ardi says
probably hello. Are actually.
Yeah. Hello, Ardi.
And Sumke Johnston, man of the match. Probably has a point there. Johnston made some great saves.
Oh yeah, obviously not for Man United, but he was
Look at
like
the game. Look at the game. Yeah.
prime Buffon today. Wonderful saves.
We'll come on to up though. I think one of the questions, I think we all know what the answer is going to be. So we'll start off
Not
with
necessarily. Not necessarily.
And if
Man
you
of the
could tell
match.
us the worst player.
Man of the match for me, Harry Maguire. I think he's made a great kind of return to form. Going forward on the ball, he was good as well as being dominant in the air.
Couple of shots.
Very dominant. That's what we expect from him, and when we don't see that, that's when we get the ransom us man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in regards to the worst player, I mean, I got 3.
Wow.
Number 1, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, shocking. Matic wasn't great either, I think, and also Marcus Rashford, absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, Rashford was poor. Rashford was poor as well, yeah.
This is a new Abdul.
Very poor.
I think I like this Abdul.
Honestly, this is based on the match that I've just seen. It was poor, very poor. Those 3 were shocking today.
Okay.
We've got a couple of more comments. Soom K, worst player, Martial deserves a slap for his performance. And then we've got HASA, great work, lads. Keep it up.
Thanks for watching. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you so much for everyone that's
you.
commenting. A quick question for everyone just before we wrap it up today. It's gone longer than what we were anticipating. Paul Pogba, is he really injured, or do you think there's something going on?
It's going to be interesting, I think, the next press conference. I mean, if he's back in the team on Wednesday, it's not going to be an issue. It's going to be brushed under the carpet. It's going to be a non-issue. If he doesn't play, then there will be some serious questions asked, in my opinion. So for me, I don't really care whether he's injured or whether he's not, whether he's fallen out. If he plays on Wednesday, I think no one's going to really care. So let's see.
Ossie, did we miss him? Is there anything going on, do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, his comments in the week were misconstrued, if you look at the full quote. So I don't see a reason why Ole can punish him for that particular thing. Didier Deschamps said what he said. That's a completely separate issue. That's obviously one manager to another. But I don't see, from what's come out in the press, I don't see any reason why. Whether Pogba has gone, and he's had a word with Deschamps, but Deschamps said, look, you need to start playing games and you need to get out of Man United. That's a different thing. But I don't think it is. I agree with Harris. Until if he's left out of the next squad, then I'll start asking questions. But at the moment, I'm not too fussed. He played both of his international games. We've got players in the team who played today who were off all international breaks, so it kind of made sense to play them. We've got a grueling schedule coming up now. We've got like non-stop games. We've got 2 games a week every week until January. So him not playing today, night off, no problem.
Abdul, what's your thoughts? You think something's going on, or he's actually injured?
I think with the press, they actually want to create and they want to make it into a thing. I mean, he might.
I want to make it a thing. I want to create something.
He might actually be injured. Let's consider he might actually be injured, and maybe he does have a knock, and maybe he's not playing for that reason. Otherwise, there's not a reason to not have him on the bench unless there's been an argument or he has a knock. So I think he has a knock.
Okay. I think we'll pretty much wrap it up there unless anybody else wants to add something before we go.
No. Said what I needed to say.
For everyone that has been watching, thank you very much. This is the Redflex, the only channel in the world run by 4 brothers that support Manchester United and live in Manchester. Until next time, stay safe and we'll see you again. See you later.
Bye.